This is a test!
Wow. I don't know that was necessary.
Yeah, I shouldn't yell. This is a test.
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 Testicles.
I talk with the left side of my mouth, so I'm trying to open my mouth more to have less of a southern accent. I tried that during our last podcast we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It did not work. It worked really well for the first half, but you could hear my southern accent just coming in. And it's like I could feel my mouth just sloping back to where your right side of your mouth doesn't move.
Nice.
Not this podcast. That was your podcast.
Great.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I tried really hard, though. But you could tell it's almost like if you were listening to it, it sounds like I could imagine the comments being like, was he getting fucking drunk during that? Because
Probably.
His mouth wasn't moved. Was it a stroke? Did he have a stroke during that podcast? I did not. I did not have a stroke. I was waiting for your response. You did not respond. It was almost like when I was there, I was listening to it, I was ending your podcast, and it was like, I can feel that only half. Are you just staring to see if my mouth moves? That's what
no,
I feel like
I'm
now.
wondering what you're doing.
No, I'm just, I was just talking about how if you're going to comment about how shitty I sound during the podcast, know that it's my stroke that I had.
Is this
And that's rude.
is this the thing?
Yeah, I think I hit record.
I thought this was just a test.
It started as a test. Now it's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this is Law Story Time. I'm Law. She's Law. This is Stories. Okay, that was a shitty intro. Let's try again. I'm Law from the Law Story Time. You can find me on Instagram and podcast. This podcast you're listening to. I'm here with my wife.
SD Nona from the Skin Chat.
From the Skin Chat and
Instagram. That's it.
You're...
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want to say.
I don't know. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, shit. I'm going to have to edit all of that out.
Yeah, we should probably just start over.
No, we're going now. So, one thing that I learned about you that most people will never realize about their spouse is that you have a certain vocal pattern for a certain phrase. And I showed you, and I want to see if you can recreate it now. We're going to wait half a second. No, 1, 2, now. And now you didn't quite get it. But that she has like a, it's like I could see it in the wave patterns when I was editing. It's a big front end and tapers off. It's a thing of beauty. You want to try one more time? Nah, you're trying too hard now. It's there it is. You see it on the wave pattern there?
Mm-hmm.
I had it too much. That's closer.
So what are we going to listen to today?
So today we're going to talk about a movie idea that I had that the Wachowski brothers, the Wachowski siblings had. I don't know if they were brothers at the time, but they're siblings now.
Okay, who are they?
They directed the Matrix movies. They invented and directed the Matrix movies.
Oh.
They were brothers when they did that. I don't believe they were brothers when they directed this next movie, because one transitioned to a female.
Oh. Okay.
And not a... I feel like if you're a male who's transitioning to a female, you want to be the most attractive female you could be. I don't feel like this Wachowski sibling thought the same way.
Oh. That's sad.
Yeah, they did
Maybe.
not go for I want to be hot. They went from I don't want to be a man anymore, but I want to look like an androgynous man.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a terrible thing.
No. So the what?
Why are we talking about this? Anyway, what's your story?
So the Wachowski siblings came out with The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
They came out with some other movie I can't remember.
Okay.
Then they came out with a little movie based on a Japanese TV show. This Japanese TV show is something I used to watch with my insomnia when I was a kid, watching Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that kind of stuck near and dear to my heart. So I'm not going to tell you what it is right off. I'm going to tell you about the show first. And it involves a pair of brothers
Oh.
where an older brother dies.
Oh, how sad.
There's actually, I think there's 3 brothers. I think there's 3 brothers. We're going to
That's
assume there's
awful.
3 brothers. So the older brother dies
Mhm.
in his occupation. His,
Workers' comp.
Yeah, his dad works in that occupation.
Okay.
The little brother wants to join that occupation, and the dad's like, "No, your big brother died that way."
It sounds like a police.
Yep. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So then the youngest brother sneaks in to help the middle-aged brother
Mm-hmm.
with his pet monkey. It's Japanese and the 80s. So his pet monkey and the little brother help the middle brother in their quest.
Okay.
There's 2 females who help the dad get the equipment ready for the middle-aged brother, for the older brother, and then the middle-aged brother.
Okay.
Then, what you don't realize is that the dad has developed equipment that is so far advanced of all these other companies
Oh, genius.
that they're trying to get the dad. But he's hidden.
What? Like people are coming after the dad?
The people are coming after the dad. This is
Okay.
all the Japanese TV show. This is nothing about me yet.
Okay.
This is all just recapping the Japanese TV show.
Okay.
So then this company is coming after the dad where he's hidden
Mm-hmm.
his secrets
Mm-hmm.
in glass,
Oh.
but invisible, and only can be seen by a special light.
Okay.
So the older brother had this glass
Mm-hmm.
when he went missing.
Wait, this sounds like 13 Ghosts.
It's not 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, that's the special glasses.
You're very close. You're going to, I think, have your mind blown a little bit. I felt like I was giving it away a little bit, but I think you're going to have your mind blown a little
You
bit.
said it's an 80s TV show.
It's an 80s anime. Japanese anime.
One, I'm not an 80s kid, and 2, I don't know anything about anime. Are you really surprised that I don't know what this is?
Kind of.
Okay.
You'll know it when I tell you.
Okay.
So the older brother died, quote unquote, died
Mm-hmm.
on a mountain, on a volcano, where he was performing his job.
Is this some Dragon Ball Z bullshit?
No, it's not. It's not Dragon Ball Z. It's more weird than that.
What the hell?
And it's more well known than that.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to give you one more chance. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Before I tell you my idea for this movie,
Okay.
that's the story. That's the whole story. It's a guy who does dangerous jobs with glass, with secrets hidden in glass on dangerous missions. There's females that help him. There's a little brother who hides. There's a middle brother who wants to follow in his dad and his older brother's footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And they're running away from a secret organization. What show am I talking about?
I have no freaking clue.
Guess.
I've never. I have no. I don't even have a guess. I gave you my guesses. I don't know.
What if I told you that the secrets that were hidden on the glass were a contraption that could transform into different things based on a panel of buttons? Any
Yeah.
guess then?
No, that still doesn't help.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay. I'm
Let's work.
I'm gonna feel really dumb.
No, I don't think so. I made it obtuse on purpose. So the panel of buttons is in a steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the panel of buttons do several things to a car.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad hid that panel of buttons in the windshield of that car.
Mm-hmm.
The older brother who died
Mm-hmm.
was he drove the Mach 3. The brother now drives the Mach 5.
Oh my God! Is this Speed Racer?
It's Speed Racer.
Oh
it's
my
Racer X.
God!
Right. So if you don't,
that's anime.
It's anime. So if you don't put in the racers, it sounds like a ridiculous concept. But,
yeah, it really, really, really does.
But the reason I want
also, I've never actually seen that show. I just know it from like other references.
Oh, it's so great. The A button would go, and it was like a I don't know, a ski slope that would shoot out from the bottom of the car that would launch the car in the air, and it was great. One of the first episodes
it doesn't
I
seem like
saw,
something I would have enjoyed.
One of the first episodes I saw was, and I was like, I don't know, 13, which is probably who the show was designed for, but
Yeah, I would imagine.
she's like, this is my first race. So it's all Japanese with American subtitles, and Japanese is longer, not American subtitles, but American voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
And so Japanese is longer than English. And so,
Is it?
yeah, so they would still be talking when English stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we got to race on this mountain.
That is awful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely awful.
Well, I did the cha so I could. It's a podcast. I can't really show my mouth keep moving. But like one of the first episodes I ever saw, they're like, we got to race down this mountain. We don't get to leave until the volcano erupts. So we have to race the lava down. I was like, shit,
I don't understand why.
I don't understand why.
I don't
either.
think I understand this show at all. I don't think
No.
I would not have enjoyed this.
But so the whole thing, like the whole mystery of the show, right? It was a crazy, it was sold to Americans like, it's a crazy car. It does these crazy things. Crazy. But really, there was a whole subplot of the dad had invented this car, and Racer X was Speed Racer's older brother who died, quote unquote.
Why do you keep saying that? So he's alive?
He's alive. He's Racer X.
But nobody knows this?
Speed knows this. I don't even know if Speed's his his real name.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
But no, his dad doesn't know. So Racer X was like to protect.
So Racer X is like a like he races in like a disguise.
He races in a car with a giant X.
Mm-hmm. But nobody knows who he really is.
Nobody knows who he really is.
Okay.
The reason he enters the race is to protect Speed. Now, an interesting side note.
Does he think something is going to happen to him?
Well, yeah, he has the Speed doesn't know he has the secrets carved into the window.
Oh, so he's got like a third eye or something.
No. He just had the Mach 3, which had the secrets carved into the window. He was driven off a cliff. He survived that accident. He came back as Racer X to protect the Mach 5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Okay.
Okay, we're not. We're about halfway done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna before we get into my story, because 15 minutes is about all I need. Probably more than I actually put into the story idea.
Probably.
But there's an interesting aside to Racer X.
Is there? Okay.
There is. So,
Mm-hmm.
these people don't know, but I wrote a movie.
Yep.
Based on competitive eating.
Oh, yeah.
There is actually an eater. One of the main...
Eater X.
Eater X.
Sorry, I took that.
Yeah. No, he's Eater Y in the movie.
Wait.
Huh? Yeah. No, he's Eater Y in the movie. And in the movie, his dad is Eater Z. He's based on Eater X. Eater X paints his face like the car... Not really, but like the car of Racer X, where I assume he got his name from. I don't know if that's true. But it's Eater X, it's Racer X. He paints his face. He's hidden from the world. So in one of the movies I wrote,
Okay.
Eater Y is there, who's based on Eater X.
So Eater X is like a flashback,
Eater X is a real person.
but it's like a flashback, and like in Eater Y is like trying to imitate him.
No, Eater Z is his dad. Eater Y is the guy trying to defeat Jason Walnut,
Mm-hmm.
who is Joey Chestnut, but legally different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just confused the shit out of that for me. No, it's fine.
Racer X is a anime character.
Yeah, no, I get
Eater
that.
X is a real person.
No, I get that.
In
but like,
my movie,
wouldn't the dad or like the grandfather or whoever be Eater X, and then his son be Eater Y, and then his son be Eater Z?
that would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
But Eater X is a person, and we're trying to be legally distinct from that
Oh,
person.
Eater X is like legit
He's a
real life,
legit, yeah,
like IRL person.
Yeah, he's a real person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Eater Y is based on Eater X, the real
Okay,
person.
now I understand.
He
Okay.
comes out and he does this motion. I'm going to show you, then I'm going to describe it. He comes out to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. He goes,
Wow.
yeah, he makes a giant X on his chest
And
3 times and he pats it like he's never won. I've looked at
Like
all
he's
the
a
records.
gorilla?
I've looked at all the records. He's never won anything. But he paints his face like 1990s Sting, but with a giant fucking X on his face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he comes out with like, I'm Eater X, and he never wins. He hasn't
Okay.
won anything.
Okay, so now I understand.
So
No.
now you understand we have the entire Speed Racer mythology down.
Okay, what does this have to do with anything?
So I had an idea for a movie about Speed Racer.
You did? What? This is news to me. What?
Are you not listening, woman? I told you this. So the idea for the movie, and I didn't have the entire movie because I didn't finish Speed Racer's entire saga.
Oh my goodness, how could you?
Right. And
How could you not finish it?
I also felt like a large part of if you wrote a Speed Racer movie, and I feel like this is where the Wachowski siblings messed up.
Oh, calling him out.
I feel like this is where they messed up. They thought if it's a Speed Racer movie, most of it's just going to be cars going fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well.
Which is what I thought. I was like, I don't know. It's probably going to be 22 pages of dialogue, which takes about 13 minutes to write.
Okay.
It'd be like, and Speed said, huh? Which is what he said in the show. And then, you know, I don't remember his little brother's name, but I remember the monkey's name was Chimp Chimp.
Oh.
So let's call the brother Mikey. I don't know. Mikey and Chimp Chimp they always get in the trunk. Right? See, they're just going 400 miles an hour, and they're like, what if we
Yeah.
hide in the trunk, Chimp Chimp? And the monkey's like,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
So why are they racing with him? Like okay. I'm gonna stop asking
Negligent.
questions because none of just what is your story?
You're trying to get me to explain a 90s,
Yeah, no,
90s anime.
I
and
know.
I'm not
I
gonna
just
do
realized
that.
that it was completely useless to do so. So please
Yeah.
continue.
So my idea, I cut out the monkey and the little brother completely.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
So this is how it starts. It starts with a funeral, and
Oh, how
well,
sad.
it's Speed's older brother has
Oh.
died.
But he's not actually dead.
He's not dead. No, now we're in the movie. You can't just.
Oh, sorry.
It starts with, and then it's a funeral and Speed's older brother, and the dad goes, Speed, you will never race. And Speed's like,
Dun dun dun.
okay, Dad, and he's got his fingers crossed on his back. He's like, fuck you. I'm gonna race every chance I get.
Do what I want, Dad.
Next time I get to Andretti's, I'm gonna take that go kart up to 7. For all of you who don't know what Andretti's is, that's a go kart track. So,
Anyway.
so Speed's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to race.
Mm.
And so the next day, Speed goes out and he takes his car, which is not a fancy car, and he's I can't decide if he enters a race or if he's like at a red light and he races. But he goes
Red light challenge.
yeah, red light challenge. So he goes out to I love you, Ben Bailey. So he goes out to a racetrack and he races his car and he wins. And he gets out, right? He gets out. He's in the victory circle, and he gets out. And he's like, "I won!" And his dad gets out. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing out here? I told you we'd never race." And then Speed says something like, "It's in my blood, Dad."
You just don't understand me, Dad.
And movie stuff, blah blah blah. This is the hard part to write in an action movie. You're like, oh shit, emotions, but. So emotions.
We don't feel that shit here.
And so the dad finally he comes up to Speed's room and he's like, "If you're gonna race, you're gonna race the best car." I don't know why I went race twice. He's like, "If you're gonna race, you're gonna race the best car that's ever been made." And he takes Speed down to the garage.
Right on, Dad.
He takes Speed down to the garage and Speed's like, "I've seen your Mustang, I've seen your Lamborghini, I've seen your Camaro." He goes, "No."
Oh, wow. Fancy cars.
Fast cars. Those are the ones, when I was thinking, what are fast cars? Those were what came to my mind. I'm not a car guy.
Obviously.
So he goes, "Look at these 3 fast cars," in quotes. 3 fast cars.
Wait, what are your 3? What did you say? Lamborghini what?
Lamborghini. Mustang. Tesla.
No. Well, to be fair, I really don't know much about Tesla. It's pretty new.
John Deere.
Definitely not John Deere. Did you say Camaro?
Yeah, that's a Chevy. Camaro's a fast car.
Wait, okay. But
it's a Chevy Camaro. I know that. That's a V8.
Yeah.
It is a V8. I know that.
But that is one of the, I feel like probably one of the oddest mixes to have in the garage. You got to have a Challenger in there, babe.
He has a Challenger.
There you go.
Again, the point of this podcast is scripts I'm never going to write.
Okay, sorry.
So he has a Challenger and every other car Nona wants there. And
literally.
He so Dad's like, "No, you're not going to drive any of these. I have this car that I made special for your brother."
Oh.
Right? So he had the Mach 3. His brother died, so he was working on this special car. His dad's like this famous car maker.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes down and he shows them, and it's the Mach 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that
what happened to Mach 4?
Maybe that's what Racer X was driving. I don't really know.
I'm just curious.
I don't know. It's based on astronaut speed though, so I don't know. So he gets down and he's at the Mach 5, and he's like, "Shit, I can win anything with this." And he goes, No, you don't understand. This car's special." And so he's like, "Those buttons, every one of those buttons," and he goes through the description of the buttons. And I don't remember all the
many hours later.
Yeah, I don't remember all the buttons, but I know one is jump. I don't know what they are. One is jump and one is submarine. That's as far as they got.
Is this a video game or a movie?
It's a movie. But keep it in mind.
It's a car that jumps and also turns into a submarine?
The car jumps a lot. It turns into a submarine like once or twice. It's like A through H. Like everything does something different.
Huh, okay.
It's the best. There are people killing for the description of this car in the windshield. We're not there yet, though. So he shows Speed this car.
Okay.
And he goes, "Every button will help you out."
Okay.
And he explains the buttons and, montage it here. So then Speed's like, so Dad's like, "Don't take this car out. This is a super secret car. We'll take you to the next race. We'll interview it, but that's going to be a year away or whatever. 6 months, whatever." So Speed's like, "Nah, I'm going to take that out tomorrow." And he does.
Why are you not listening, Speed?
So Speed takes that car out, and he's driving on the road. He's driving on the highway. This is the only scene I have completely flushed out in my mind.
Okay.
So Speed's on the highway, and he starts noticing these people behind in the Mach 5. I mean, he's not just fucking hiking on the highway. He's in the Mach 5, and he's on the highway.
And
And
he's
he
going super, super fast.
he's going super fast, and he notices these people behind him who are keeping up with him.
Oh.
And he's like, he changes lanes, they change lanes, he changes back, they change back. He's just going all over the place, and they're following him.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets the feeling, he notices they're following him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, fuck this. I gotta shake these people. But he's on the highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's straight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How do you shake somebody on the highway? You're not gonna do crazy turns. So what he does,
Unless you're in any Fast and Furious movie ever.
right? So he's on the highway, doing 200,
Good God.
150, somewhere between 65 and 300 miles an hour.
Holy shit. Okay.
And he gets onto the exit, and it's one of those exit ramps that curve around back. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Like
hate
a
those.
180 curve back.
Yeah.
So he gets on there, and right as he gets to the point where it would turn,
Mm.
he hits the A button, which is the launch.
Mm.
So he launches off of the on ramp back onto the highway. Right? And now-
Okay.
I'm thinking about this in 1960s animation, but you think about it in 2020 CGI, where it kind of lands and does that like wobble thing, like, but he
Right,
he fucking
yeah.
lands.
Yeah.
There has to be a tractor trailer with that signature, right? You know what I'm talking about? But
Uh-huh.
just think about it. You see that scene in your head now where he's,
Uh-huh.
and so the other two cars, they're doing, 200 miles an hour too. They can't do that. And they just fucking crash and they die.
Yeah, they fished out the road. You
No.
can't. You can't
No.
take it. You can't
200
take it.
miles an hour. You're just dead.
Oh, that's
Okay, they
Yeah.
fishtail to
no.
death.
I'm saying you can't go around a curve that fast. Like, yeah, obviously they're fucking dead.
Yeah, so they die.
I was trying to mansplain.
I'm sorry. Mansplain it to me.
No, it's fine. What happens next?
So those two people die, and Speed's like, what the fuck?
Who are these people?
And so he gets back, and he gets there. He gets back to his dad's garage. And this is where I think that I think it might be a little premature, but this is as far as I've gotten in the plan. He gets back to the garage. He's like, Dad! Dad! What the fuck, Dad? Dad! Where are you, Dad? And he goes inside, and the house has been ransacked. Right? They've been waiting on the Mach 5 to make its entrance.
Why didn't you listen, Speed?
So he gets out there, and he's like, Dad, where are you? And Dad's gone. And he goes back to the car. He's like, I got to find Dad. And he goes back to the car, and then Racer X comes up. Walks up to the car
Racer X.
and shines a flash, like a UV flashlight, and goes, this is what they were after. And he shows the windshield with all the...
Oh, right.
With all the...
the hidden
Yeah,
stuff.
with all the stuff about the car. He goes, we got to find him. So Speed's like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you going to help me? And Racer X takes off his helmet. And he's like, I'm your brother, Speed.
What?
So then it's Speed Racer and Racer X. Looking back on it, we probably should have put Racer X as like, I said that his brother died, but then Speed Racer should have been inspired by Racer X.
Mm-hmm.
So then they go and they have to find their dad together. And that's the whole point of the movie, is them working together. They can't admit they're brothers. They can't admit what they found.
Right.
What do you think of that?
Knowing nothing of Speed Racer, it sounds like it could be an interesting storyline.
Yeah, and you haven't watched the Wachowski siblings movie either, which would turn you off.
Of Speed Racer?
Yeah, no, they did it.
Oh.
They did like a completely CGI Speed Racer.
Oh.
What they did was very, very... It very much met the 1960s version of Speed Racer,
Oh, okay.
but it was in like 2016.
Mm.
You're like, yeah, this is boring. maybe one day
Mm.
I'll conceptualize Wacky Racers. Did you ever watch that?
No,
Wacky Racers was amazing.
I was not a teenage boy. None of this makes.
You would have had to been a teenage boy when my grandfather was a teenage boy to watch Wacky Racers.
Okay.
Or watch a lot of Adult Swim with insomnia.
Mm.
Um,
I did watch a lot of Adult Swim, but I do not remember that. No.
These so from midnight on they played old the Boomerang.
Oh.
It's Boomerang now, but from midnight on it used to be basically what Boomerang plays now
Mm.
for the '60s kids.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have any part in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we watched the Banana Splits movie and you had no clue who they were. The horror movie. That's where I saw the Banana Splits.
Right.
Yeah. Now that we've talked about it, the '60s were weird as fuck.
Although you've changed the date of this like a lot. Like first it was 60s, then it was first it was 80s, then it was 90s, now it's 60s.
I don't really know. So, but if you knowing nothing about it, would you be interested in seeing that movie?
Possibly.
Okay. I might write that treatment up then. You know what? Maybe that's what this podcast should be. Like, should Should the podcast be write it or don't write it? Like, that would be an interesting... If we got enough people listening to get, 1,000 votes, I wouldn't write that. Or, you should write that. Like, that would be an interesting way to decide things. Right now, you're the only person I know listening. So you have to decide right now. Write it or don't.
Write it.
Fuck.
And I'm not the only one.
Okay, well, I have shit to do now, so. This has been Lost Story Time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to Essie Nona for listening to me. Please listen to our podcast, The Skin Chat.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right now available on iTunes and on Google Podcast and Google Play.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah.
We did that. We did that.
We did that. Until next time, please keep writing, please keep reading, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.